All right, music fans, buckle up. It's time to unwrap your 2024 Spotify Wrapped. We're your hosts, and we've got the inside scoop on your listening journey straight from Google's Notebook LM.
Get ready, because we're about to reveal some seriously cool stuff. We're talking a whole year's worth of music, and trust me, it's a good one.
Let's start with the big picture. You racked up a whopping 2,493 minutes of listening time. That puts you in the top 57% of Spotify listeners around the world.
That's a lot of music. It's like you had a soundtrack for every single day of 2024.
And April 21st was your peak music day, with 169 minutes.
I wonder what kind of day you were having that called for a musical marathon?
Maybe a road trip, a cleaning spree, or just a day of pure musical bliss. Whatever it was, it looks like you had the perfect playlist for it.
Speaking of playlists, are you ready for your top song? It's a banger.
Drum roll, please.
Your top track of 2024 is The Tortured Poets Department by Taylor Swift.
You streamed it a whopping 44 times, starting April 20th. You were right there on release day, weren't you? Clearly a huge fan. It even puts you in the top 0.04% of listeners globally.
That's dedication. And talk about being on the pulse of new music. You must have loved the emotional depth and storytelling in that song.
And speaking of Taylor Swift, guess who your top artist is? You got it. She dominated your playlist with a massive over 301 minutes of listening time.
You were clearly captivated by her music. That puts you in the top 5% of Taylor Swift fans worldwide.
That's some serious Swiftie status right there. It's amazing to see how her music resonated with you throughout the year.
It's no wonder she's a global icon.
No.
And did you know that Taylor Swift actually started writing songs at just 9 years old? Inspired by Shania Twain, no less. Maybe you have a budding songwriter inside of you, too.
You never know. And speaking of journeys, let's rewind to January. You started the year with a splash of otherkin nerdcore. Remember that phase?
Oh yeah, that was a good one. Oreo was your top artist that month, with tracks like Digital Hallucination leading the charge.
Oreo, such a cool, unique choice. Maybe you were sleeping into fantastical worlds or exploring your inner digital self.
January was clearly a month for imagination and creativity. But then April rolled around, and things took a different turn. You dove headfirst into after-hours wrestling rap. That's quite the combination.
Future, Metro Boomin, and Wiz Khalifa were your go-to artists during that time. You had We Still Don't Trust You, All to Myself, and This Sunday on repeat. What a powerful soundtrack for those late-night vibes.
April sounds like a month of intense energy and focus, like you were powering through your goals with those high-energy beats. Music for every mood, I tell ya.
Then June arrives, and it's time for sunshine and good vibes with your pumpkin spice strut pop phase. Sounds like you were strutting your stuff with confidence.
And Taylor Swift's still in the mix, but you've added some fresh faces to the lineup. Sabrina Carpenter and Tate McRae joined the party, bringing their unique pop flair to the table.
It was all about anthems and empowerment during this time. The Tortured Poets Department was still a favorite, but you also really loved Guilty as Sin and Fortnite. It sounds like June was a time for confidence and self-discovery.
You had the perfect soundtrack for those long summer days. And throughout the year, there were some tracks you kept coming back to. 8 plays of Together Forever by Rick Astley, a true classic, and Steal the Show by Lauv also got 8 plays.
You clearly love those heartfelt romantic ballads. Maybe there was some romance brewing in the air. And we can't forget the other big names in your top 5. Future, Metro Boomin, and The Weeknd all made a splash with their unique sounds.
You've got ATL hip-hop, rap, Southern hip-hop, Canadian contemporary R&B, and Canadian pop talk about a diverse music palette. You've explored so many different sounds and styles throughout the year.
It's been an absolute blast unwrapping your 2024 Spotify Wrapped with you. You've got amazing taste in music, and we're so curious to see where your musical journey takes you in 2025.
Until then, we've been your hosts, here from Google's Notebook LM, signing off.